Hey, this is Ed from Paranormal Inc. Ohio. I'm here again with another podcast episode for Paranormal Inc. Ohio. Today's episode is about Ouija boards, or witch boards, or spirit boards, whatever you want to call them. The Ouija board has a power of its own. When someone starts talking about a Ouija board, an initial fear starts to kick in. Is it real? Is it not real? Is it just people messing around? Is there any type of facts behind it? I know that I've played with Ouija boards in the past, and I had an incident where I stumbled upon something, and it followed me for a very, very long time. It was very dark, very bad. Some people have given me the same story. You know, they've told me about their past with the Ouija boards, how they've used it and nothing but bad things have happened. I've also heard from people that have used the Ouija boards and absolutely nothing has happened. I remember one night I was actually at my brother's apartment, and we was having a party. Everybody was having a good time, and they decided, well, let's bust out the Ouija board. Let's see what it does. So we was using it, and I was watching it, and my brother was on the planchette, and he just started acting very funny. His body would shake. The planchette would go in circles, just like circle the whole board over and over and over and over and over again. And we asked it, it said, is there anything there? And it shot to yes. And then it started doing circles again, circles again, circles again. And we asked it, what is its name? It spelled out something. And we tried to say it to the best of our knowledge how to say it. And once we said, is that your name? Immediately everything stopped. He stopped spinning the thing in circles, and he passed out. And here's the way I came with it. I thought it was just because he was drunk. And it was kind of crazy how it happened. But I know that when my brother has been drinking, he doesn't pass out. He he goes the full extent of the drink. And he just quietly goes to sleep somewhere, and that's it. But this night he just passed out. And the rest of the night, it was just an odd, eerie feeling in the apartment. It was just, it's like something was watching you. And it immediately sobered everybody up. And we would just hear things. I don't know if it was our mind playing tricks on us, if it was just the fear of the Ouija board itself. But I know that the whole atmosphere changed that night. It changed from a living good time party to, people started leaving because they were scared, and we're stuck in the apartment afterwards, and we're just hearing things, like knocks. It sounded like people were walking upstairs, and we were all downstairs, and nobody was up there. It just so on and so forth like that. You can chalk it up to maybe that it was just everybody was drunk and played the Ouija board, and it just played out like that. But I think it was something else. And I've done it a couple times after that, and the one night I did it, I was by myself. I was in my basement, and I was playing the Ouija board, and I was trying to contact anything I could get, anything I could get to contact with. And I was down there for hours, 4 or 5 hours doing this. And I kept doing it, and it was right when I was going to give up. I was just going to be like, man, I'm done. This thing's not doing anything. Maybe that whole night was just a sham, because I wanted to do it by myself, and I wanted to be sober, and I wanted to see if I did it like that, if anything would happen. It was very raw, very emotional, because I was hadn't drinking anything, nothing like that. And it was right when I was about to give up, and the planchette moved, and it spelled out hi. And at first, I'm like, man, I'm just tired, and it's just messing with me. So I said hello, and then the planchette started moving in circles with my hands on it. And I wasn't moving my hands. Now, I know everybody's going to be like, oh, this is a bunch of crap. He's moving his hand, he's trying. No, this is dead serious. If you want to believe this, that's fantastic. If you don't want to believe this, it's also fantastic. I want everybody to have their own opinion about everything. This is just my story. So the planchette was moving in circles and circles and circles. So I started asking different things. I would say, is anyone here? It would go to yes. I asked, are you a human spirit? It would go to yes. I said, did you live in this house before? It went to no. I asked it, are you from this land from a very long time ago, even before this house was even before this house was built? It went to yes. Then the planchette started spinning in circles again. And then it went from being in a circle to like a figure 8, almost like an infinity symbol. And at this point, I was getting I'm down in this basement. And let me tell you something about this basement. It looked like a dungeon. It was scary to begin with. And I think that's why I went down there, to try to make the atmosphere as scary as I could. And it started moving in a figure 8, like an infinity symbol, and it was going faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And I was just like, this can't be real. This can't be real. And it spelled out real. R-E-A-L. And it started moving around again in that figure 8. And at this point, I'm terrified. But I don't want to stop, because this is what I do, is I want to research as much as I can and find out as much as I can to let you guys know, to even let myself know. It's like hunting, like for a deer hunter. It's the same thing for me, but just with spirits, demons, and all, everything paranormal. So the planchette's moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. And I said, why are you here? And it stopped. And everything was dead still. It even got super quiet. Like almost so quiet. It was almost too loud. It was so quiet, if you get what I mean. And it slowly moved to the letter U. Now, you can interpret that in probably 5,000 different ways. But the way I interpreted it was saying you, as in me, like Y-O-U, but it just went to you. Maybe it didn't have enough strength to move the planchette to Y-O-U. I don't know, but it just went to you. And I immediately, my breathing started being heavier. My chest was getting kind of tight, and anxiety was just setting in, and the fear was setting in. And I said, I can't stop now. I have to keep going. So I said, why me? And it spelled out the word life. And I was dumbfounded. I was like, life? Why? What do you mean by life? And it went back to you again. And then it started doing the figure 8 again. It started spinning back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And at this point, I didn't know really what to say, because I thought like anybody else would think, that it was coming after me. That it wanted my life. It wanted to, take me over, yada, yada, yada. So at this point, I'm freaking out, and I take the planchette and I go to goodbye to close the session. And as I try to do that, the planchette moves again to no. And at this point, I'm really terrified now. And I said, the dumbest thing that you could say, you never ask who it is. And I said, who is this? What is your name? It spelled out a name that I don't want to say again, because it took a very long time to get this thing away. And I said it like an idiot. I said it out loud. And I said, you can't have me. You can't have anybody in this household. That you have no domain over this, anything like that. And as soon as I said that, the planchette just flew off the Ouija board. And I was gone. That was enough for me. It scared me half to death. This was like right in the beginning of my paranormal career, of researching and everything. And that was it. It scared me so bad. I bolted out of the basement, ran upstairs, ran to my bed, and I said, you know what, I've had enough for tonight. I'm going to bed. That's it. I'm done. I didn't even turn the basement lights off. I didn't even shut the basement door. I left the Ouija board down there, everything the way it was. And I went to bed, and I went to sleep. And I remember having a very vivid dream that I was in the woods, and I was looking for something. I never found out what I was looking for in the dream. And I was in the woods. I was just searching for whatever this is. And all of a sudden, I see a very tall, dark figure in a black robe, and eyes was yellow, and it stops. And it just says, you. And it points at me. And I can feel the fear in my dream as if I was really standing there. And it pointed at me again and it said life. And then all of a sudden it just started as fast as it could. Look like it was just floating but standing at the same, like it was weird. Like it was floating right at me. And it just so fast. And it extended its hand out, and its hand was just black, and it had these nasty claws, and it just looked like burnt flesh hanging off a bone. And I woke up, and I was drenched in sweat. I was so panicked, and I was so sick after having this dream that I couldn't even go to work. I took a vacation day and I was afraid to do anything. But that fear subsided, and the next day everything went back to normal. I went to work. I didn't have nightmares that night or anything. So I just, a couple days went by and everything was normal, and I chalked it up as, hey, everything's cool. I'm good. It was just what I did, and I scared myself, and it caused me to have this nightmare and all this other thing. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'm fine. I'm okay. And it wasn't okay. Things started happening, and it followed me for a very long time. But here is where I'm going to end it. I know I kind of went into my own story about the Ouija board. The next episode, I will delve deeper into the Ouija board, when the first sightings of a Ouija board was, why it was made, and what it's used for. And then I will continue this story about what had happened to me, and I will tell you guys the next things that happened on and on after that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I enjoyed saying it. I enjoyed sitting here telling it to you. I love you guys. Come to ParanormalIncOhio.com. Come to the Facebook page, Paranormal Inc. Ohio. And it's also a group page there. Join us, join the group, follow the page. Paranormal Inc. Ohio on YouTube as well. Even if you just want to be here for the podcast, be here for the podcast. I love doing this stuff. I do this stuff for you guys so you can learn like I have learned in the paranormal field. And I don't know. I think I'm just into it, and I love doing this for you guys. So come check us out every Friday night at 10 p.m. on ParanormalIncOhio.com, at the Facebook for Fear Friday Lives at 10 p.m. We have Wednesdays, our pre-recorded ghost stories at 10 p.m. And of course, every Monday and throughout the week, I will do extra podcasts that will drop at 10 p.m. that evening. But usually, the regular episodes are Monday nights at 10. Today, I just felt compelled to give you guys an extra episode. I just wanted to tell you guys my story. I really wanted to do a Ouija board thing, but it kind of just flew off into its own thing. Like I said, next episode I'll delve deeper into the origins of the Ouija board, and I will tell you more that has happened to me with this entity. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a great evening and a great day. Thank you again, and I'll see you on the next one.